Greetings and salutations. Welcome and welcome back. Hello. Hey, so it's been a while since I posted anything. A few reasons. For one thing, my hands have just been hurting pretty bad. Another, I'm actually just about gotten over COVID now, and so just hadn't felt like it really for the last couple of weeks. Just been kicking my ass. So anyway, I'm back. Hopefully no long-term damage from that, and here I am. I don't have anything to pick. That's another reason I haven't really made any new videos, because I haven't really gotten anything new that I felt worthwhile making a video picking. But I do have a viewer of my channel here, but man by the name of Daniel Ravanelli, Big D. He has the 505 Cigar Review Show, and I will put a link to his review of this specific cigar. He just posted it. This is a Toro Fuente Opus X Lost City 2016. They had 2017 vintage there as well, but I figured I'd get the slightly older one. I don't know why. This is a $30 cigar. $30 right there. It's not that long. It's we're looking at what, about 6-inch, 6.5-inch cigar. Yeah, so I haven't spent this much on a cigar in a very long time, and I figured I would just go ahead and do my own review, and because I know that Big D actually watches my channel, so I can just talk back at him and tell him if I really think this sucker was as worth it as he thinks. So let me get this lit, and I'll come back and I'll start talking about it. Okay, yeah, I probably could have recorded that. I have a long, meticulous process of lighting my cigars, so I figured that probably wouldn't be all that interesting. But anyway, here we go. Well, I mean, first impressions. First couple of draws, not bad. That's actually pretty tasty. Really no bitterness on your first light, which is a potential hazard. That usually, though, can very much depend on how you light it, not so much the cigar itself. So, but it's also the cigar itself sometimes. Well, golly gee. So this tastes a hell of a lot better than the first Opus X I ever smoked. Roughly 20-ish years ago, a Toro Fuente came out with the original Opus X. And a buddy of mine actually spent, I think, about $35, $38-ish dollars, somewhere in that range, for the cigar for me to try it. I really want to try it real bad. I was, in the cigar world a little bit, and we heard all the hype, and he bought it for me, and I hated the damn thing. Hated it with a passion. He was pissed off. I'm like, dude, here, you try it. So he took a couple draws, and he's like, okay, I see your point. That sucked. So I've been very skeptical when they came back out with the Opus X's. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's that's actually pretty good. That's pretty nice. Haven't really gotten too far into it, but so far we've got a pretty good, nice and even burn. It's not tunneling up the side and burning all irregulars. It's burning pretty good. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a lot of sun-grown cigars that I've had. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of a nicely aged sun-grown wrapper. I'm looking at my wall to see if I can pick out. Those of you who haven't seen it, I'll give you a show of my wall. This is the cigars that I would gladly smoke again. So, yeah, I've got a selection. And then, of course, I have a little, I think it's a chicken. I don't know. My son made it. Anyway, so yeah, gosh, I want to say, what does this really remind me of? It's a little more mild than I was expecting it to be. I really expected it to be a little bit stronger. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not too mild. Gosh, really, does it? You know, I want to say it's very reminiscent of an Ashton Virgin Sun Grown, which I can buy for half the price. I mean, so I'm like half an inch into it. Try to describe the flavors. I'm picking up some nutty, some woody. No real peppery, gingery flavors. I bet you they'll probably slide in later, though. Yeah, really, just more like a nice forest woody kind of feel to it. Wash the palate down a little bit. Oh, I'm drinking a Mike's hard black cherry lemonade, in case you're curious. Not sure that's the right drink to go with a cigar, but that's what I got. So yeah, the flavor's not really changing, which is a good thing. You don't really want it to change up on you too much throughout the cigar. It should be blended properly so that you have the same flavors the whole smoke. A lot of times it's really hard to do for a cigar maker, so very often the flavor profile will change as you're smoking it. So, all right, okay, so the kid's gonna bother me. No, okay, never mind, he just ran away. But I think I'm gonna pause and smoke a little bit more into this and come back when I get about halfway through it and tell you how I feel about it then. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm a little further into this cigar here, and I gotta say, it's a nice cigar. It's a tasty cigar. I don't care much for the draw. It's got a little tight draw to it. Kind of reminds me of a Perdomo, but on the draw. In fact, there are a couple of Perdomo's cigars that taste very much like this, as a matter of fact. And again, like I've said, the Ashton VSG I think is probably a real close match to this cigar and half the price. So I can't argue that it's a good cigar with my buddy there, Big D, on the 505 Cigar Review Show. It is a good cigar, but would I pay $30 for it again? No, I would not. This is my absolute favorite Arturo Fuente product, actually. This is the Añejo. You can recognize it by the white on the band. Any other Fuente with this type of band will have either green or black in where you see the white. Only the Añejo has the white. And this costs $10 to $12, depending on where you get it from. It might be a little more, might be closer to $15 in a brick and mortar store. But box price, you're looking at about $10 a piece, depending on size and so forth too. That's totally worth it. 100% well worth the price. The Lost City, man. At least I'm not as completely dismayed with it as I was with the original Opus X. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a good tasty cigar. It's not a $30 worth cigar. I don't see that. I really don't see it. But I had to, I had to try it. Big D ranted and raved about it and just said it was the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm not with him on that one. But I will still, you'll still get his review, a link to his review in the description, and so you can watch it. He's much better at describing things, like I think I've said. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's not worth $30. It's good, but it's not that good. I don't know if I've ever come across any cigar that I would really feel comfortable paying that much for and say that was a good purchase. I just can't. I can't pull that trigger ever again. So that was it. That's the Toro Fuente Opus X Lost City 2016 vintage. So yep, you won't see another one of these in my humidor unless someone gives it to me. But until next time, don't pick anything that's not yours, you don't have permission to, and don't pay $30 for a cigar. That's just me. Till next time, later. Okay, so here we are in what Big D would call the final third of the cigar. Like I said before, it's got a really good flavor. That flavor has been consistent the whole way through. Just now starting to get to some of that little gingery, peppery flavor, which you tend to expect at the third end of the last third of the cigar. Not too bad though, not overpowering, not unpleasant in any way. It is a premium cigar. Fuente is a premium cigar manufacturer, but there's just so many other cigars I'd rather spend $30 on and get a minimum of 2 cigars. Minimum. Generally, I'm going to get 4 cigars for that price. Really good cigars that I'm going to enjoy just as much as this one. Would I smoke it again? Hell yeah, if you're giving it to me. So like I said before, don't pick anything that's not yours, and don't pay $30 for a cigar. See ya later.